Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Prey. And this is the new prequel film to the Predator franchise from director Dan Trachtenberg, who is an absolute talent, who I loved his work on the film 10 Cloverfield Lane, making one of the most intense thrillers I've watched in the past decade. And he really brings that to this film because this is the prequel or sequel that Predator deserved. Because this knows Predator and knows what makes it work. The first Predator film has all of its anchoring themes in the undercutting of like 80s masculinity, that overly like macho sensibility, and it being absolutely ravaged by this Predator. And this film focuses more on Comanche Nation experience, the sexism that's built in, because our main protagonist, Naru, played by Amber Midthunder, who is amazing. She is amazing in this film, and she is badass. She carries all of her emotion and really connects with the audience, and you get to see her on this journey of proving herself to this creature, proving herself to her own people, to her brother. And this is where, like, it deals with the sexism, it deals with the imperialism, it deals with those kinds of ideas, but it doesn't leave a vacuum in terms of depth thematically. And I feel like some of the Predator sequels really did that, because they forgot that Predator wasn't just about really cool action movie. It had a lot to say, and so does this film. And I do feel like there's some moments that who are a bit eye-rolling, and that's really only one of the only big critiques I have of it, where it's just like, if it bleeds, we could kill it. Just because it's a prequel doesn't mean you have to pull in quotes from the original movie like that and just feel forced and obnoxious. But it does... This screenplay has plenty of well-placed plants throughout. It has the viciousness, it has the brutality of the original Predator. I think, honestly, it's a little more dynamic from an action standpoint, because this is 300 years in the past. It isn't the Predator shooting at a bunch of guys with a bunch of guns, and a bunch of guys with guns shooting back at the Predator. It's hand-to-hand combat, it's using arrows, which is more limiting. There are muskets, but it's not like they're using giant machine guns. Like, you have to reload a musket every time you shoot it. And that brings a lot more dynamic to the action here, which is incredible. You see the Predator fighting animals. That fight with that bear that he has in this movie is intense and crazy. And then you have these hand-to-hand combat moments, and there's one particular trap that's set that whole entire sequence is insane. And the action, this is some of the best action I've seen in a while. This is probably the best action, well, this and Top Gun Maverick are the two best action films of this whole entire year. Hands down, no question about it. This is something that, unless you, like, I don't know if you consider The Northman an action movie. It has violence in it. But, like, this has violence and brutality, but it's action. It's there to thrill you, too. And like I said, there's a lot of detail in the script. There's a lot of depth. There's plenty of character development. And you feel for Naru. You feel for Tabe, her brother. And this whole entire experience with the hunt. And I love that about this film, because it isn't just... Like, the first Predator movie is about them being caught unexpectedly and being hunted. Here, we have Naru hunting this Predator. Not quite knowing what exactly it was, but the visuals in this film, when she first sees the light through the sky, hooks you. And this is intense and engaging and enthralling, and from start to finish, badass as hell. The action is amazing. You have a central character that we could get behind and absolutely love. And I want to see more stuff like this. So make more of this. And maybe once that Warner Brothers deal is done, it could actually get shown in the theater instead of just on Hulu. But those are my thoughts on Prey. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.